This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Happy Thursday, November 12th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. Thank you for joining us.
Well, Governor Sisolak warned Nevadans that COVID numbers need to improve or else. In a press conference he gave on Tuesday, he said in no uncertain terms that the next 2 weeks will determine if another shutdown is necessary.
In the next 2 weeks, we must see a significant reversal of the current trends, which are deeply concerning now. There were more than 1,300 new cases identified yesterday. More than 8,000 new tests, and unfortunately, 7 additional deaths. Our 14-day positivity rate is an astounding 13.7%. It's continuing to climb. For the most recent 7-day period, cases are growing at a rate of 1.2%, or 1,326 new cases per day. 1,326 new cases per day. The Nevada Hospital Association reports that Nevada continues the upward trajectory of COVID-19 cases as the population appears to have disengaged from mitigation steps such as social distancing and remote working. Monday marked the highest recorded number of hospitalizations since mid-August, effectively erasing the progress made over the past 3 months. To preserve our state's economy, we must refocus on preventing the spread of COVID-19. We have to go back to the basics, which by now are pretty common knowledge. Wearing masks, maintaining social distancing of at least 6 feet, and limiting the risk of exposure, and washing your hands are the only ways we can keep going in the right direction. The only proven way to control the current widespread transmission of COVID is to decrease mobility. That means staying home as much as we possibly can. Thus, we have Stay-at-Home 2.0. As a result, for the next 2 weeks, Nevadans need to operate in a Stay-at-Home 2.0 mentality to get things under control so our public health response infrastructure can catch up.
Across Nye County have been on the rise. There were 46 new COVID-19 positive cases reported and confirmed since Monday's last report. Overall, there have been 941 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives countywide since the first reported case in March. Reminder that the antibody positives do not count in the county's overall total. And there also is drive-up testing here in Pahrump on Monday from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m., Wednesday and Friday from 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. and by appointment. You can also test at Serenity Mental Health. In Tonopah, they have testing areas as well for the county. All you need to do is bring your identification and your insurance card if you have insurance. And of course, if you don't have insurance, you can always get tested. And these testings are, of course, stay in your vehicle. The testing location there on the Calvada I is right there at Serenity Mental Health.
And the Disabled American Veterans commemorated Veterans Day at the Chief Tecopah Cemetery on Wednesday. Dr. Tom Waters spoke to News 25 about the events surrounding Veterans Day.
Hey, we are here at Chief Tecopah Cemetery for the DAV, I'm going to say the Veterans Day program. We had the one this morning at the VFW, and this one this afternoon is, and you know, all the organizations, all the veteran organizations work together. So you're going to have people here from all the organizations, but this is sponsored by the DAV. The schedule, we have 3 speakers, and one speaker is our former commander, Cardarelli.
Greg Cardarelli.
Yes, we have one. We wanted a female veteran, and we have that, and we also have the commander of the VFW.
Fantastic.
Those are our three speakers for this evening. Marine Corps League is doing everything else. They're the honor guard for tonight. So you have the Marine Corps League, you have the VFW, you have the DAV, and you also have the American Legion people here as well. The AVA, as well as the auxiliary from the VFW. This is a day of honor. It's not a day of mourning. So we're talking about honoring veterans, everybody that served. If you put on the uniform of this country, then we want to honor you as a veteran. My family is a family of service, and yes, we are a Gold Star family. My younger brother was killed in Vietnam. My older brother also retired from the Army, so and I retired from the Air Force. So we have a lot of service to our country. Thank you. It was my honor to serve our country.
Financial news affecting your wallet next.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. While Pfizer makes big bucks selling stock, states are feeling financial pandemic pain, and a new heavy truck powered by hydrogen fuel cells is in the works.
News, the CEO of Pfizer is already cashing in on the drug maker's positive results of its COVID vaccine. On Monday, as Pfizer released the news, the CEO, Albert Bourla, sold more than 132,000 shares as the stock reached above $41. He made $5.6 million by selling as that stock rallied 15%. Pfizer confirms the sale was pre-scheduled back on August 19th. Earlier this year, the top 5 executives at Moderna sold more than $80 million worth of that stock, also in a reported pre-arranged plan. States are feeling the pandemic pain at the financial level. New Jersey is now the second state to get a credit rating downgrade, followed by Hawaii. The downgrades are happening because it may be tougher for states to repay bond debt. And truckin'. Cummins and Navistar are gearing up production together to build a new heavy truck powered by hydrogen fuel cells.
Thanks, Angela. In more local news, at Wednesday's Veterans Day celebration at the VFW, News 25 had the honor of meeting Janet Porn. Janet is a veteran of the Vietnam War. At the event Wednesday, Janet was presented with a quilt from the Shadow Mountain Quilters to thank her for her service. We talked to Janet about her time in the service and what being a veteran means to her. It's also a fun note that Janet's last name, Porn, is coincidentally an acronym for her career as a peri-operative registered nurse.
But I have to tell you that as a veteran, I served 8 years in the Army and 16 months in Vietnam as a surgical nurse. And I was always treated with respect and dignity. Because they were short operating room nurses, and even though I was Army, we were sent to other military bases and the ships, Air Force, Marines, Navy, you name it, we got sent. And it was a time in my life that, even at a young age, it made me become aware of what I had and what I did not have. And so it was a time to reflect, to be appreciative of both of those, what I had and what I did not have. Any of the medical places that I was sent to, whether again it was Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, they would refer to the nurses as angels. But all of the people that were serving, all these young men and the other women that were serving, they are our heroes. They were heroes then, they're still our heroes today. And I was always treated with respect and dignity. I never had any ugliness that came from anything, except when we were flown home on civilian aircraft, landed on American soil at larger American airports. We were heckled. It made no difference if you were male, female. All they saw was that you wore a uniform. And so that was about the only time I was truly afraid, was to be landing on American soil, which was a time I should not have been afraid. And again, that's all still during the Vietnam conflict. So one of the things that has come out of that, and it's sort of an unwritten kind of thing, but again, the Vietnam veterans, I have to remember that's also during the time of the draft. So things were not popular. War is never really popular. But then you add the draft part into it, and it really made it difficult. But as an unwritten kind of thing now, and the way that the Vietnam veterans were treated, because we were never welcomed home in the appropriate kind of way, it's sort of, then Vietnam veterans started to become parents, and then they became grandparents, and I think some of them are probably great-grandparents. So, but because of that, an unwritten kind of thing that came out of it was that we, as veterans, we said, we will not allow the future generations of our men and women who serve our country, regardless of what uniform they don, they will not be treated as we have treated. I always try to find the positive in something, so one of the good things that came out of Vietnam was a better appreciation for the veterans. It's a little late now, but it's better late than never, so that the Vietnam veterans are being recognized more than ever before. Many times women veterans, they are not recognized, and I'll tell you, I'm one of those in the sense that I don't go around wearing a hat. But when I see the guys with the hats on, I go up to them and I say to you, thank you for your service. And they always say, like, you're welcome. And once they say something, then I say, you're also talking to a Vietnam veteran. Yeah. And so many times the women veterans, we're sort of hidden everywhere because normally I'm not dressed like this. Normally I don't have something that says, not only am I a United States Army veteran or a United States Vietnam veteran, so we're not really as showy as the guys are with their hats. Yeah, yeah. So thank you so much. It's a great Veterans Day. Thank you.
Well, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a missing or endangered person. 62-year-old Raymond Flynn is missing. He was last seen driving a 2010 silver Toyota 4Runner with a Nevada personalized license plate, battle-worn plate, RJF3. Of course, he is possibly in emotional distress, and they say that he may be carrying a firearm, so please do not approach him. If you do spot Raymond Flynn, you are asked to call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
And now it's time for your Medical Minute with Dr. Nathan Bell.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back to News 25, and now it's time for your Medical Minute with Dr. Nathan Bell.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you always imagined it.
Hi, my name is Nathan Bell, nurse practitioner with Spring Mountain Medical, and today I would like to talk to you about the importance of monitoring your kidney function. The kidneys are the pair of organs on either side of your lower back, and one of their responsibilities is ridding the body of waste products by filtering the blood. Why is this important? Well, when we were kids and young adults, our kidneys were working perfect with no issue. And I like to imagine this like a bathtub drain with the faucet on full blast. The water drains as fast as it comes out of the faucet. For some people, their kidneys stay at that level way into their later old years. For others, depending on lifestyle choices, certain medications, and genetics, they may experience a faster decline in their kidney function. If you were to cover the drain even further, or even cover it completely, that would be considered kidney failure, which would be your bathtub is no longer draining correctly, and that dirty water starts to fill up that bathtub just as if your waste in your blood is no longer filtering properly. The problem with this is people can experience short-term kidney failure or be approaching kidney failure and have no idea this is taking place. This is important because previously prescribed dosages or even certain medications entirely when your kidneys were working correctly could build up in your system and cause toxicity or overdose. So you can see this is obviously important for you to follow with your healthcare provider to be tracking your kidney function. If it has been a while since your last checkup, or if you're having trouble getting in an appointment with your current provider, or if you'd just like a second opinion, please make an appointment with myself, Nathan, or my partner, Marquita, nurse practitioners at Spring Mountain Medical, as we would love the opportunity to work together with you for your health and wellness. And this has been your Medical Minute with Nathan Bell, nurse practitioner. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Nathan. Well, we have a furry friend that you might want to call your own. Darby O'Donnell wants to introduce us to a furry friend named Thor.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with this little goofball whose name is Thor. Thor is a beige and white Labrador mix. He is about 2 years old. He has such a cute little personality, extremely friendly, loves to play. He rolls on the ground. He wants everyone to interact with him when he is playing. He will bring his toys to everyone involved to get them to throw him and play tug-of-war with him. He acts like a little wiggle worm, even though he is easily like almost a 100-pound dog. Just the cutest little personality. He has a little white chest and little white booties on his feet, but he is mainly all of that nice caramely beige color. Super sweet. So if you want to come and see Thor or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Thor, come here. Come here, guys, say goodbye. Come in. Come here, come here, come here. Thor. Oh my gosh. Thor, come here. Thor. Hey, I just talked real good on you. Come here. Come here, dork. You gotta come here. Yeah, go. Show everyone how you're a wiggle worm. Show them the wiggle worm. What are you doing?
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Weather Studios reminding you, hey, Poker Run is coming up next Saturday. It's an exciting event. It's happening next Saturday starting about 10 a.m. If you want information to sign up, 727-6072 is the phone number. Also to remind you, this Saturday at the Bob Rib Community Center at 8:30. It's a great place to be if you want to volunteer to help clean up a Pahrump neighborhood. All right, we're going to do that this Saturday, and then the Poker Run next Saturday. We'll tell you all about the weather you can expect for both of those events when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and this is your weather report. And it's looking pretty good out there. I am not sad we're here today together. All right, up in Fernley, I might be a little sad if I was in Fernley. 48 degrees, that's as hot as it got today, and 28 was your low. Fallon, similar temperatures, 50 degree, a high mark, 24 for a low mark tonight as we head towards evening. Carson City, you're at 50 degrees for a high today, a little cooler right now, but 32 is where you'll bottom out later on and towards morning. Tonopah, all the way up to 47 degrees, all the way down to 23. In Goldfield, you saw 50 degrees and then just cut it in half. Yeah, cut it in half. Easy peasy math. 25 for your low tonight. Beatty, 62. All right, 60s. Nice. Yay, Beatty, 62. 34 for a low tonight. And Amargosa, we're seeing 65 degrees. Also 65 degrees in Las Vegas for a top end. And lows 36 and 44, respectively. Out in Death Valley. Great time to visit Death Valley. 74 degrees for a high. That's it. Oh, nice, Death Valley. 48 for a low. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, it's all the way up to 60 degrees currently. We missed a little bit hotter weather earlier, 65 degrees, but that felt good. Winds out of the south-southwest to 6 miles per hour. Hard to get the flag flying, hardly. It's 6 mile an hour winds. That's just the occasional gust here and there. I bet it averaged more like 2 miles per hour. I did notice the pollen count was up a little bit, if that's something that's of concern to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, pollen's at a 5 right now. So humidity 18%. We'll see some clouds. We saw some this morning. It was nice. 6:18 a.m. with the sunrise, and the sunsets tonight at 4:37 p.m. On into the morning, it'll be about 41 degrees. Light winds, east-southeasterly, 4 miles per hour, and the humidity picking up to 29%. Let's take a look as we head on into the week. Oh, it's going to be a little windy tomorrow. Little windy, but that'll calm down. 13 mile an hour gusts tomorrow. And the wind calms down considerably as we head on into the weekend. Temperatures rising just slightly. We're going to crest out next week, maybe like Wednesday, Thursday. It'll be in the high 70s, and that'll feel pretty good. Lows reliably in the low to mid 40s, so no worries of freeze up for the next little bit. That'll be pretty nice. So heading on into the weekend. Looking forward to it. That's your weather report. Back to the desk with Deanna and Missy.
All right, thanks so much, John. Can't wait for that poker run. Of course, the neighborhood cleanup is this weekend. If you want to join in, all you need to do is show up at the Bob Roode Community Center at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday. We're going to be cleaning up the neighborhood. For more information, you can go on to the Neighborhood Cleanup's Facebook page. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.